Well, we're gonna try this again. We have no intro music, no intro logo yet, but it is the start of a new year. We are on the 26th calendar, first episode. Woohoo! And so this year we're gonna try to do a lot of things that we haven't yet manifested on the show. Chris and I would like to start uh, doing game nights and maybe recording our playthroughs and uploading that to Twitch if it's at all feasible and possible. Mm. And taking another bite out of the apple and seeing where that leads us, if that's something we like doing. Putting our gaming money where our gaming mouths are.
Yeah, that's right.
This was an interesting debate that I ended up being present for at work last night. So Tim, if you're watching, this is your shout out. Your nod that you wanted me to put it on the show so we could debate it, and hopefully people will actually reach out and comment one way or another. But the discussion was classic Super Mario Brothers for the Super Nintendo. Whether people said Super Mario Brothers or they said Super Mario Bros. Was it spelled out Brothers on the original artwork? Was it BROS period?
Right.
What is the eternal struggle there? And I think our viewers heard me say it last time on Console Wars Part 3. I don't care about Mario. I barely care about Nintendo. I have no horse in this race whatsoever.
Oh.
But I don't hear people running around saying, no cap, saying Super Mario Bros. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Most people say brothers even if the artwork is BROS period. Like I've never heard somebody like, what's up Super Mario Bros? Nobody says bros in that context. I've never seen it. I'll put it that way. I have never seen it.
I don't think I have either.
That is some disjointed nonsense if people are calling it Super Mario Bros. Seriously?
I have to imagine the people that's calling it that is the people that grew up with that game as it was coming out. You know what I mean? Because they've seen that logo a billion times, so it is Super Mario Bros.
That is jarring if somebody is actually saying bros just because they don't know that BROS period is shorthand for brothers.
How do you know that's what it's short for?
I was at the pitch meeting where they decided to write all this down. They said, okay, we got two brothers.
You voted on this?
Luigi Mario and Mario Mario. What are we going to call them? Why is the one guy's name Mario Mario? You're fired. It's not... But I have never heard somebody say Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, me neither.
That I don't know how to. And this was like a serious conversation. Like this was an animated little bit of a debate that was going on about how, no man, it's Super Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Bros. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, okay, what does it say on the original artwork? How can this be the conversation we're having? Because every time I've seen the Super Mario Brothers logo, Super Mario BROS period, I've never seen it Brothers spelled out, right?
It's not.
And I'm thinking it's one of those Mandela effect things, like the Berenstain Bears or the Fruit of the Loom logo. And I'm like, wait a minute. What is the true history here? What Matrix alternate reality did I just slip into where it's like brothers was spelled out brothers. Have I been misremembering everything
Yeah.
for my whole life?
It's not Batman, it's Man Bat.
Oh, and well, see, that's funny because he actually has a villain named Man Bat.
No, he does not.
Oh, he does. Those are facts.
Cheers.
You heard it here first, folks. So I was present for that debate, and I actually got some people that I work with cross shifts, engage in conversations about the channel. So it was like, hey, if you want to figure out how I feel about all it, watch my channel.
Yeah.
Watch our show. This is what we talk about.
Yeah.
We need the view. And Tim, bless his heart, he's like, you need to put that in the you put it in the comments.
Yeah.
I need, we need the comments. So put it in the comments and then we'll talk about it. Well, why don't you just talk about it on your show since we're already having this? Tim, you're my buddy. I claim you, but golly.
The boy needs the comments.
We need the comments.
Interaction.
Put it in the comments. I'll keep saying it.
All right. Any any New Year's resolutions for you? It's the beginning of the year. It's always a time for people to feel new year, new me.
Well, I guess I hoped that I would get further along in the year before I got myself in trouble. And that didn't work out. I put my foot in my mouth and I don't know, I'm weak as anybody else. It's always easy to rely on the things that comfort you on cold nights when the world is an angry, dark, hurt place. You say, oh, well, I like to eat chocolate chip cookies and nobody's going to tell me otherwise until you realize that, oh, you have diabetes.
Yeah.
You can't eat chocolate chip cookies anymore. Not like that. Well, they don't taste good sugar-free. If you eat one more chocolate chip cookie, your foot is going to fall off. That's a horrible thing. I'm not trying to disparage anybody who has diabetes, but I'm using an exaggerated example. Certainly you understand the idea of leaning into old comforts that are probably more destructive than
Hopeful.
helpful. But
Oh yeah. No stranger to that road.
And so what we all hope that we'll start the new year and we'll do the hard work and we'll be the better people that we probably could be if we gave it an honest effort.
Yeah. Be amazed what discipline can stop.
I can resist anything but temptation. And so, that being said, I don't know that I made any New Year's resolutions. I know to a moral certainty I didn't make any New Year's resolutions. I very seldom do.
I mean, I could give you one. Would you like one?
Sure.
I think you should finish filling this cabinet out with video games.
If anybody wants to donate any of the games I like to the cause, we can put up a list of all the things I'd like to have. So any supporters that out there that want to be our patrons and give us your financial support, our financial backing, so that we can grow the collections, grow the channel.
And just to assure you, it won't just sit here and collect dust like the rest of the games that he's bought. We'll actually just play that game on the very next stream.
It's a good idea.
And that way we can get a good review of that.
If you start sending in Madden games and sports games, they will go to this man right here.
I won't play them.
Maybe Skylar will play them.
I don't play sports games.
I don't either. I don't know what
I'm not
it
a
is.
fan. I haven't tried it in a long time. Maybe I'd enjoy it now. But like, I just don't know enough about sports to really get interested. I keep up with my team in football, but that's about it.
Here's a sports game. I used to play. I think it was Home Run Derby. It was a baseball game on original PlayStation, PS1 PlayStation.
No, that's right.
For the uninformed, they are the same thing. A PlayStation and a PS1 are the same thing.
No,
It was
not.
a rebrand that they did after PS2.
No, it's not.
How is it not?
A PS1 is known as the little dinky one that you can put the screen and the battery pack on. The smaller, compact size PlayStation.
It is
You know what I'm talking about?
still just a PlayStation.
No, we call the big gray ones PlayStations. We call the little ones PS1s.
This is also part of the debate we were having last night. Is a PS1 and a PlayStation the same thing?
All right, I guess I'm wrong.
We are looking it up on Google. Give us just a moment here.
See, that's why I thought it was a PS1 because it says on it PS1. But I mean, you're right.
I'm telling you, it is just a rebrand that they did after PlayStation 2 so that they could chain them numerically.
That was after PS2.
Yeah, because they released the PS1s again. They wanted to get they. It was either after, and they were like, hey, let's get new people onto PlayStation. We'll do a rebrand on the PS1 or the PlayStation. We'll call it a PS1, and they'll see that numerical chain.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna accept it better if they see that. Because Xbox,
Continuation of the last.
yeah, Xbox makes no sense.
Yeah.
Xbox naming conventions makes no sense. We're on console 4, and it goes Xbox, Xbox One.
No.
No.
360 next.
Xbox 360, Xbox One, Series X.
What are you doing here, Microsoft?
I don't know what that branding is, but it's like, and one of the funny things is that Tom Cruise came out like after Mission Impossible 3, and he's like, I hate numerical titles. Like, I hate that it's just called Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible 4. So then they started having subtitles because Tom Cruise is like, oh, I don't know, he's a god over there at Paramount, and he's like, I don't like having numbers. Give me subtitles.
Yeah.
Even though it's still just Mission Impossible 4, Mission Impossible 5. And like Fast and the Furious is real guilty of it.
Yeah.
Look at theirs, like they all have a numerical value, but it's some play on
Except
words.
for 3.
Yeah, that one's just called Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. That just was out of nowhere.
And then four is just Fast and Furious.
Yeah, they took out the.
You're replacing the thes with an ampersand.
Yeah.
And then it's Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, Furious 7, The Fate of the Furious.
Oh, Fate. I get it.
Yeah. Colorful,
Yeah.
colorful play on phonetics there. And then it was F9, the Fast Saga.
Yeah.
And then it's Fast 10.
Yeah.
And I thought it would have been brilliant if it was like Fast 10 your seatbelts. Like FAS, the number 10, and then your seatbelts.
Hey, that's pretty good actually.
But no, nobody calls me about these things. Nobody consults my brilliant mind.
Opportunity missed.
Mines these golden goose ideas.
Yeah.
Nobody. Hollywood doesn't call me.
They're waiting for you because they
If,
didn't know where you were until now.
When Hugh Jackman gets on this podcast and he goes back to Hollywood and he's like, y'all, however he talks, with an accent, I suppose, but he's legit. Go get him, bring him here. Whole new era in Hollywood. We're going to shout you out in this one till you come to the channel, Hugh Jackman. I'm sorry. Your agent's probably going to keep ignoring all this, but we'll get you. We're going to get you, girl.
One of these days.
One of these days.
Don't call him a girl. That's Wolverine.
It's Zeke, dude, from Bob's Burgers. He calls everybody girl. I watch the show and now
You're one of them.
I do it. I do the I'm gonna get you, girl.
You're a burger.
I am. I did not used to be. Skylar, I owe you that one. You got me into the show, and I've never gone back. It's like my background noise now.
That's fair.
It used to be Archer, and I think maybe I just have a thing for H. John Benjamin.
Is that the drawer for it?
That is the main voice actor. He does the voice of Bob Belcher, and he does the voice of Archer from Archer.
Got you.
And so we were having this conversation one day. Skylar and I were, not me and H. John Benjamin. I'm sure he doesn't need my creative input on his processes, but if he wants it, come to the channel. And it's like he never changes his voice.
Yeah.
From project to project to project. He just changes his energy. And I was like, these are facts.
Yeah.
That's absolutely, because he does nothing to make his voice sound different.
Yeah. It's like his bass voice.
Yeah, like it's his basic. I guess that's not like Mrs. LeBon's, whatever, Louise's teacher. Like he also does her voice, and that voice to the voice of Bob Belcher is different. Like he does different characters on the show, and within that show, all of those voices are different a little bit.
Right.
But like generally speaking, from like Bob to Sterling Archer to the Coach McGurk or whatever he was in home movies, the voice of the sandwich in the Arby's commercials, he never changes his standard voice.
Yeah.
He just changes the energy.
Okay.
And these are facts. I think he's an amazing voice actor. I'd love to meet the dude, honestly. But it took a long time for me to get into the show, and I can't even tell you exactly when it would have happened. But when I was over there all the time, when I had time to not piss away, but spend doing different other things.
Right.
It was his background noise, so I'm just like, this is Bob's Burgers, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it would just be on long enough that I would start laughing at things, kind of here and there. Like, it wasn't just a non-stop, indiscriminate guffaw kind of laughter, but it was like every once in a while I'd hear something that would
get you.
That would get me.
Yeah.
And Zeke got me. Zeke got me, so here we are. I'm gonna get you, girl, and it happened, and I was got. So now I watch the show, and it's amazing, like the way your comforts fall like that, like your whatever your background noise is, whatever show you just put on to shut your brain down and stare off into the abyss and decide how far away you are from madness. And it's like,
yeah.
Bob's Burgers is keeping me from going crazy right now.
That's funny.
Like I am this close to pitching furniture out the front door and setting this whole dang thing on fire, and Bob's Burgers is keeping the matches from being lit. That's how close it is. I can't even say I'm exaggerating right now. That's what's sad. You just had that monumental bad day, and all of a sudden you're watching one of the Christmas episodes, and Louise stops being just an absolute sociopath, and it's like,
oh,
that little brat has a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Maybe there's hope for the rest of us. Today wasn't so bad. And then tomorrow it starts all over again, and here we are.
That's right.
But that was the PlayStation thing, the PlayStation to PS1. Like, that was a debate. We couldn't have found peace in the land last night having this conversation, but I could not convince some of these people a PS1 is just a PlayStation. They just rebranded it so that it was a numerical chain.
Right. I just thought because they called it a PS1 because it was smaller and it Well, it was the same thing, and I understand it was only going to run PS1 games.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I thought it was a different variation of the console, so it deserved a different name.
Well, they did it. They might as well have just called it a. It was just a rebrand. They might as well have called it a Slim.
It's like how they do with everything else.
Slim, but PS2 had the Slim.
The Slim.
PS3 had the Slim. PS4 had the Slims.
It was 4 they started calling them Pro, wasn't it? Because even 3 it was just a Slim.
I can't speak to whether or not those are two separate things. Like when it started, when it became the Pro versus a Slim, or if they were the same. I'd hate to speak on that and be wrong, but I feel I can confidently say a PS1 is just a PlayStation. It was just Slim. A rebrand thing.
Slim.
Even that still.
Same thing.
It's the same. It's the same stinking thing. It doesn't matter how many times you call it a Switch or it's just the same thing. And
it is called a PS1 Mini on Google.
Let's take a look at that. What does that show?
Oh no, that's the one that's got it's an emulator. It's preloaded with a bunch of games on it.
I didn't think they made those.
Yeah.
For PlayStation.
I had somebody at work the other day who actually was trying to get a PS1. He said I bought it and it came. And it's not one of the ones I could put my disc in. It's already got all the games on it.
So then he had to eat the dirt and be like,
he returned it.
You bought one of those little, oh hey, look what I can do with my thumbs thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I think he said he only spent like $40 or $50, and I was like, oh, that should have been your first sign. Yeah. Those things are $80 anywhere.
Yeah.
There's not a single console. They got a Dreamcast up at Dave's. 140. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
There was only ever one game came out for the Dreamcast, at least to memory, that I would have wanted to play, because it seemed like the thing failed just as fast as they tried to get it out there and promoted.
Yeah.
Like within a year, it was already toast.
Oh, really?
I don't have the numbers to back that up, but that was, that's me looking back to what would have been, I don't know, 12, something like that. And memory and recall is not perfect, so I'm just guesstimating my perceptions of time. But there was only one game that I wanted to play for the Dreamcast.
What was it? What game did you want to play for the...
It was called Max Steel.
Oh, okay.
And it was based... I don't know which came first, the chicken or the damn egg, but it was tied into a cartoon about this teenage secret agent, and they sold the toys for that like Ken dolls for Barbie. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just every possible permutation of an outfit the dude could wear, in his role as a secret agent.
I was trying to look it up and see. Oh, it's probably down further.
Yeah, you got to go a little further down, I would think. Game Gear.
So it's number 32 on the list of most sold game consoles, even under Sega Saturn. A PlayStation Vita sold more. Hell, Nintendo Switch 2's already sold more. With the sales being, I think it's 9.14 million.
What the hell is a Picobina?
Advanced Sega 2005.
I've never heard of this. Like what? Here's an interesting part of the debate we were having. Okay, so follow me on this one.
That's like a little thing that you...
It's almost like one of those little emulator things.
Yeah, that's like a kid's laptop thing.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry, we was looking up a list of the most sold consoles to see where Dreamcast ended up on that, and he's seen a Sega toy that's in the kids' aisle.
Hey, look, flashing lights. That's all I know.
Squirrel!
June, there's your shout out. Pay attention. She probably just looked off screen, hoping she would have said, like, if it ran off screen, she would have seen it somewhere. I love you, sweetheart. We're just teasing.
She probably wasn't even paying attention until I said that. Miss you.
So, part of the conversation, and it was a lot of conversations. Like, there were just a lot of pieces to this whole gaming conversation as I was trying to tell people about my channel. And it's like, well, what did you watch the show? I explain all this on the show.
Yeah.
And anyway, one of the things that got thrown out there, and I would be curious to do the actual like deep dive research, because it seemed like at one point Sega got out of the console business.
Right.
Like they said, they did.
Dreamcast was the last thing that they did.
They did Dreamcast bombed, so they got out of building consoles, and they're like, we're gonna go back to building the games.
Yeah, because they only make games now.
I'm pretty sure they only make games now. Like, they got out of making consoles because the Dreamcast failed.
Alright. 2001, discontinuing the Dreamcast to focus on becoming a third-party software developer and publisher.
Yep. Yeah.
After they couldn't compete with the PS2.
There you go. They were like, well, we're gonna build content rather than
They started off
consoles.
the new century. You know what? Consoles just aren't our thing. Games.
And you would think that
Because, they own Sonic, right?
Yeah.
Sega owns Sonic, yeah. So
You would think that they'd have been like, we did the Sega, we did the Genesis, that was huge. We did the, but the Saturn, I guess.
that was a big one.
But then, they tried their hand at disc with the Dreamcast, and they just gave up ship.
Let's see where the Genesis ended up. Genesis is 18. Up there with the Nintendo 64 at 30 million sales.
Super Nintendo, Xbox One, Family Computer.
The OG Nintendo from 83.
What's up there towards the top, like in the top 10?
Top 10, PlayStation 2 still.
Nintendo DS, the Switch, Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Yeah. PS4.
PlayStation.
Wii, which, come on. Yeah.
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 5. And at number 10 is the Xbox 360.
So the only Xbox
that makes the top 10 is the 360.
Yeah. Meanwhile, PlayStation has all 5 of their consoles
inside the top 10.
That's insane if you actually think about
Hats off to PlayStation. All 5 of your consoles, your
top 10 is literally split 4 Nintendo, 5 Sony. Between Nintendo and Sony, they know what they're doing with console.
They have the DS, the Switch, the Game Boy, and the Wii.
Yeah.
4 to 5 split. And this is why I will throw my hand on Sony and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Every time before I even look sideways at Nintendo crap.
What did I see? There's something about the Switch. I may not have sent it to you, but
was it about how close they are to PlayStation 2 sales right now?
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Which obviously they got a little way to go, but based on how fast they're selling, may not take them too long.
I'm thinking 6 months.
Yeah, they'll be up there in the top 10.
6 months if they haven't closed that 10 million unit gap.
What's crazy to think is how would the PS2 do now? If the PS2 was our newest generation console, and this is as far as we've made it with technological advances, how many consoles do you think would sell of that? Do you think it would be higher than what it is?
If we were today where PS2 was back then, like if that was still the height of aspiration, what the PS2 could do, is that what you're saying?
2 billion people on the earth to invest in it? Yes.
I'd say if that was all they had, they'd probably still be...
Do you think the number would ever get beat if that was ever to be the case?
Oh, I doubt it'd get beat.
Yeah.
It'd probably, they'd probably do one of those... those leapfrog, where they were just neck and neck almost constantly for years, and they're just one will hold the margin for 6 to 8 months, and then the holiday comes out, and all of a sudden there's another big boom, and
Yeah.
the other guy comes in. The other guy takes the lead and holds it for another few months. Well, tax time comes around, and then
Yeah.
it just constantly doing that tortoise hare thing.
That's fair.
Slow and steady never lost a race.
You ain't wrong.
Don't stop running. I'm a fool for the time. God, I love Def Leppard. Anyway,
So you were talking about your resolutions.
not to sing on the channel anymore is probably one of them, or should be, I guess, because I can't sing.
Oh, I think you got an angelic voice.
Peace in our time.
Play more games, maybe.
I'm going to take Winston Churchill. I'm going to go with Winston Churchill on this one. I'm going to say peace in our time. That's my resolution.
Fair.
I would love to be able to sit here and say that I'm going to get in less trouble, and I'm going to focus less on punishing the people that hurt me, and I'm going to hurt others less. But we're all human, and none of us lead blameless lives. And I'm no better than any other person.
Right.
I have just as much fallibility and fault as you do. And sanctimony does not fit me well. It's not a good suit to wear. But I like to believe that I have always tried to do right, tried to do better, tried to do good and live honorably. Maybe I've been fooling myself for 40 years, but I do better than I did last year.
There you go.
That's
something positive to work for.
I can't perfect it. I can't perfect the process, but I guess I could try to honor more and to indulge just a bit less.
Yeah. I heard a phrase once that said the only person I'm trying to beat is me.
Well, I'm pretty great. In my case, that's hard enough. What was I saying about sanctimony? Yeah, never mind. What about you? What's your resolution? What's your I'm gonna get on that diet tomorrow?
Oh no, nothing like that. Just one thing I'm gonna do more of is pictures.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take more pictures and take more videos to take in the moments. I don't have a lot. I've had my phone for 3 years now, and it's just now full of photos, and I got I got quite a bit of game space because I got Call of Duty and Fortnite on there, so I think I got 100 gigabytes of just apps.
Yeah.
Probably need to thin that down a little bit, but got that, and then my phone is full, as you've seen, with 220 gigs available to begin with, so we'll move them to a flash drive and start taking more. Really enjoy the memories of these times. Kids still want to spend time with us and do things with us around the house, so take pictures of those moments and enjoy them, because they're not going to be asking for us every day anymore.
Here, and that is a fair resolution, and what I will say is not meant to disparage that.
Oh God, here we go.
and I don't know if it's a generational thing, but we we didn't have a camera in
Mm-hmm.
on our hip at all times.
Right.
And so I never found myself in a position once that started being the case where I just gotta take pictures.
Yeah.
I've never been that way. Every once in a while, oh my god,
Yeah.
get a picture here. This seems cool. That's a nice sunset. That squirrel just fell out of a tree and broke its back. Right? Oh, posterity. Few and far between, and people take pictures of me even less.
Yeah.
And I suppose that is because they don't want to have to replace their phone. I actually have to hold the mirror down just to shave because it will otherwise try to throw itself off the wall.
Get out of here.
And I gotta sneak up on it, man. Like I gotta turn the lights out, just kind of frog crawl into the room and slowly up above the sink, be like, oh, broke another one. I can't afford to keep replacing mirrors.
Silly man.
And I never took a lot of pictures, and because I got this whole thing going on, people don't take a lot of pictures of me.
I take pictures of you. At least once a month.
You are far braver than almost everyone else.
Haven't broke my camera yet.
Well, once you have all those pictures, and then you walk it across that threshold of the church, and oh wait, that's my phone.
Burst into flames. Man, my pocket got hot real quick.
At 2:00 in the afternoon, no less. I thought these phones stopped doing that. Now they weren't supposed to explode in your pocket anymore. But I never got on the pictures train.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah. Same. This isn't the first year I've wanted to be more mindful of picture taking.
Yeah.
I've also been in the mindset of like enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Like take in the moment, be mindful and there in it, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean it's impossible to get a picture before it happens or right as it's like winding down, if you will. So just got to find the right time. But I'm with you. You look at my my camera roll, it's a lot of the sunsets and a few pictures of the moon and the eclipse and a lot of the kids. Not a whole lot, but some. A lot of memes. A lot of memes. Probably don't need to save those.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of them are pretty dang funny.
Yeah.
There was one that I saw one time as basically a summary of an average nondescript man in both the Victorian and the modern tongue, and I'd have to find it in my Rolodex here. Let me see if I can come up with it easily.
Rolodex, he says. Do you even know what a Rolodex is? Do you remember what
Yes,
that is?
I do.
What did it keep? Because it definitely wasn't pictures.
It kept addresses and phone numbers. Basically, it was
Contact card.
Contact information cards.
Fair enough. I'm about to say, you're old enough to know. I just can't believe you.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
All right, so just to read it to you.
All right, I'm here for it.
Normal people. I met this guy. He was average. Victorian writers. He was, in the way of most men, possessed of a rudimentary intelligence, his countenance ordinary, his bearing mild, with some weakness about the shoulders, his hair the color of ash. He spoke of the weather.
I like it.
Right there. Here on that subject, Victorian writing and intellectualizing, let's say, Now, you've seen people who've been together forever,
Right.
60 years, 80 years, 90, and at one point, I found myself wondering what they talk about. And I know that was a conversation that you and Derek and I had one day when we were just frittering around at the warehouse.
Right.
It was before I got in a relationship, and I thought, this is my worst fear, that you'd be in this thing for so long you would run out of things to say to each other.
Right.
And so, and I'm going to quote the movie A Good Year here with Russell Crowe. And there's a line in this letter that his Uncle Henry writes him where he's like, I'm dying. I know this because Dr. Carr, my physician, has stopped discussing my health and begun talking about the weather. And it's like, is that when you know you're terminal, because that is your conversation anymore? You just talk about the weather.
Right.
And it's like, what happens the day that I sit down at the breakfast table with my father and we just talk about the weather?
Do you not talk about the weather now?
It is not the only thing keeping
Conversation
the words going. I mean, it's like, yeah, that's Indiana weather, and
Yeah.
it's just like I'm worried. It's like, what happens when our conversation is just about the weather? Is that the sign of the end times, that the magic is really gone, that
Right.
we're talking about the weather?
Right.
And there's
You still got like 10 more, 20, 30 more years, don't you?
to live, or to have the
To have him. Have breakfast with him. At least 20.
Well, if he had 20, he'd be 97 years old, turning 98, and I hope he's got infinitely more than that.
So he's 77?
77. He'll be 78 in April.
Okay. Mom turns 69 here in a few weeks.
And I just, without getting off on too much of a tangent here, I bring him up because I had breakfast with him this morning, and I mean, we didn't talk about the weather, but
Right.
it's just like in any given relationship is that when you know that
You've reached that point, if you will.
you've reached that point of no return, where you just sit around talking about the weather.
Right.
That's your conversation. That's the end.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know. Everybody has a pretty jaunty feeling that that one day, when you retire, you're gonna sit on your front porch next to your spouse. You're gonna be drinking from a cup of coffee, and it's just gonna be pouring the hell down rain. Like, pair 'em up, Noah, one more time. That level of rain, and we needed this. What I'm hearing from you is that we're getting a divorce.
We needed this.
That's
That's my dream right there.
to me.
That's my dream. I want to be something. Man, we needed this right here.
Just
beautiful rain.
just such beautiful relaxation and
Hearing it hit off the tin roof.
oh yeah.
Oh,
It's just like
I fall asleep on the porch.
we needed this rain. Oh no, we're not. Look, we got to have a date night because we are not talking about the weather. No. We send the grandkids back to Malit. No, I'm not discussing the weather with you. Go to the beauty parlor, get a couple of topics, come back. We'll try again. We're not talking about the weather.
So you're gonna have to use AI to help you have conversation.
Of
course, that's probably a topic for a whole nother thing.
Chat GPT, how do I talk to my significant other after we've been together for 25 years?
I'm sure it'll give you at least 10 topics to start it off with. You just have to remember if you've had them or not.
I don't know, when the Alzheimer's kicks in and it's,
Better hope it kicks in for both of you at the same time.
all of a sudden Google is like, you've asked me that question 12 times in the past 2 hours.
I can assure you, I have kids. It won't tell you how many times you've asked the same question.
Well, that's how fast the AI is progressing. Eventually, the AI programs are going to get tired of listening to us ask them questions. And I won't be sorry, because you've built up this dependence on you being able to answer every single question I could ask in a day. And
I was at a football game for Carson, and there was a girl who's apparently with her family. She was using Chat GTP to do her homework and show the work and stuff like that. So we're getting there.
It's getting easier to cheat.
Yeah.
Easier to cheat the system. I remember back when we didn't have smartphones on our hip all day long.
To be fair, though, like, I'm 33 and I've never needed the Pythagorean theorem. Have you? You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
I
That's fair. That's fine.
Pythagoras, I know who Pythagoras is. I don't much care for math. I don't really like numbers unless it's big, giant, hey, you have $1 billion in your bank account numbers. Then I'll care about numbers. Yeah, we like those numbers, but
not the ones with the negative sign in front of them. Those are disappointing and discouraging.
Yeah, you know, I mean, so you try to pay your water bill, okay? And God knows I should keep better track of this or find a way to disable it so that it doesn't bite me on the short and curlies, but try to pay my water bill. I try to pay my electric bill. I try to pay my gas bill. Well, coincidentally, you know, it's like right on the end of the week where they're going to take 5 days to actually process it.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, my bank has pulled my credit card payment out. So all of a sudden there's no longer enough money in there to cover that utility expense.
Right.
And then I get a non-sufficient funds fee for not having enough money in there to cover the utility.
Yeah, that negative sign.
And it's like, well, that's $32.
That's disgusting.
And they've done that so many times to, you know, I'm like, the utility companies are starting to send more than letters. They're starting to send guys with brass knuckles, and I tried to pay it this time. I don't know why you're mad at me.
Right.
But I think we've wandered away a little bit again today. I don't know that we had a particular direction in mind. We're just kind of throwing noodles at the wall, hoping they stick.
It was a good talk.
It's a good little comeback and have some fireside chat.
We'll get back on the AI thing. That's a whole nother topic on its own.
Yeah. So we are gonna be honorable, and we are gonna wrap hopefully close to our normal time, so this just doesn't go off on a wild hair rabbit hole goose chase sort of a deal. And we will just catch you guys again on Friday. Come in for Console Wars Part 4, where we decide which Uncharted was actually the best. See you later.
Till next time.